Good morning, students. Today we will discuss in different topics, and probably this is going to be the last topic that we are going to discuss in this microeconomic analysis. I am Dr. Gopal Krishna Amgaonkar, Associate Professor and HOD Department of Economics, Government Prescribed Technical University. This is the topic in microeconomic analysis of second semester MA Economics of Mangalore University. Arrow's impossibility theorem. This is one of the very interesting theory in the welfare economics, particularly social choice and individual values. Arrows has examined the possibility of ranking alternative social outcomes based on individual preferences ordering. He suggests that quantitative information about the intensity of preference is necessary to rank social alternatives. He has formulated 5 minimum conditions which social choice must satisfy in order to reflect preference of individuals. Which are those 5 conditions? They are as follows. Collective rationality. All possible alternatives must be derived from social choices, which in turn must be based on rationality. The role for making a social choice can be derived from an ordering of all possible alternatives open to society. This ordering must obey 2 conditions, that is what? Consistency and transitivity. Of course, there is no necessary to explain what is these 2 terms are called as. Okay, so he took in ordering that consistency and transitivity. Of course, consistency refers to the requirement that individuals have preferences that are fully defined, that is, every alternative is ranked in relation to every other. Second condition is responsiveness to individual preferences. Social choice must be directly related to individual preferences. It implies that social choices must change in the same direction as individual choices. Individual choices must be derived within the society, but it is not possible to derive such alternatives which affect the socially desirable alternatives. This is the second condition that he brought in. And the third one, non-imposition. Social choices must not be imposed by customs or from outside the society. They must be derived from individual preferences, for instance, of the majority. So the next very important condition is non-dictatorship. Social choices must not be dictatorial. They must not be imposed by one individual within the society. In other words, social choice must not be based on any single individual's ordering. This is the fourth condition. The fifth condition is independence of irrelevant alternatives. Social choice must be independent of irrelevant alternatives. So I would like to keep these all conditions in mind and take the example whether it is possible to fulfill or not possible to fulfill, because all these 5 conditions should be fulfilled, then only our choice, social choice, will become 100%. But how it happens, that we will discuss with the example. To illustrate Arrow's impossibility theorem, suppose there are 3 individuals. Just assume there is a society and there are 3 individuals, A, B and C in a society. Each individual has consistent preferences. Remember, again, that's the one condition they lay down. Consistent preference. They have to vote and rank their preference for 3 different situations. That is, here X, Y and Z. 3 preferences, 3 opportunities are given. They are supposed to vote by giving numbers 3 for the first preference, 2 for the second and 1 for the third preference. So ordering is like this. He should prepare, if it is a 3, that is what his first preference. If it is second, check 2, then it's the second preference, and 1 is the third preferences. So here it is, this table is formed. See the things here. Table shows that majority of individuals reveal their preference for the following situations. Of course, this is the situations they have here. Alternative situations, which is already I explained, individuals A, B, C, and alternative situations X, Y, Z, and options 1, 2, 3. How they are given, that you will see that here A has given as first preference X, and second preference as Y, and first preference as 1. The ordering is that third preference is greater than second preference, and second preference is greater than first preference. And B, they give first preference to Y, that is the third one, and the second preference to Z, and third preference to 1, that is what X. And C, of course, it has given 2 to, sorry, Z is the first preference, and X is the second preference, and Y is the the first preference. As ordering, there is a first preference is of course Z. Here it is the explanations. Individuals A and C prepare X to Y situations. Okay. Individuals A and B prepare Y to Z situations. There is no uniformity. Now we conclude environmental issues in Arrow's analysis. Of course, they would like to include environmental issues to the Arrow's analysis. Suppose each individual reveals his preference for X, fresh water, and Y, fresh air, and Z, kerosene oil. This is the ordering they have given. X is the fresh water, and Y is the fresh air. It is like 3 candidates, 3 options. Z is kerosene oil. But the use of democratic well being from individual preferences may not be the same as such. Okay. Only individuals B and C prepare Z to X. X situations. Now we include this process is water. It is generally not possible to reduce objectivity by socially prepared distribution of well-being from individual preferences. So the problem is that okay, they have prepared this one, that one according to their interest. But in a democratic like countries, because voting is also happening like that, because we are selecting our MLAs, MPs, and even Mandal Panchayat or wherever it may be, there is a chance to cast your votes and express your views, and so that we are going to elect the person who is the right choice for us. But if it is possible, this is the questions, because it is not so easy. The majority voting leads to intransitive social patterns. It is not transitive but intransitive social patterns. 2 individuals A and C prepare X to Y. 2 individuals A and B prepare to 2 A's and prepare to X and Y. 2 individuals A and B prepare Y to Z. Nonetheless, B and C prepare Z to X. Hence, the majority preference X to Y and Y to Z, but it also prepares Z to X. Of course, this is illustrated there. This explains the paradox of the majority rule, which is inconsistent with those of individual composing the majority. Thus, Arrow shows that the use of the democratic process of voting leads to a contradictory welfare criteria. This voting paradox, explored by Professor Arrow, comes as a shock into one's faith in electoral democracy. According to Professor Musgrove, fortunately, the paradox does not imply that majority rule cannot work. Rather, conclusion is that majority rules to give non-arbitrary results. The preference structure of individuals must be typically single-peaked. Okay. So the problem with this particular after this particular theory is we are all believing in democracy. This is the explanations of this same table here, because their preference ABCs, rankings are given on the vertical axis and alternatives are given XYZ on the horizontal axis, and their preference are given on the dots. How this is happening, because there is no uniformity, there is no consistency, and even transitivity as such. Transitivity is not there. So this is why the choice, democratic things are being one of the biggest problem for. So it shows that multiple people. This is the thing that I already explained in my earlier, just right away ago. So students, this particular theory, Arrow's impossibility theory, that gave a shock to the electoral democracy. That means we are all casting votes, but how the outcome, and the same thing is applies for our every plan also, because we are all thinking about welfare of everybody, and when it comes to say choices, there is no uniformity. It is impossible. That is what the thing is. To fulfill the needs of everybody is impossible. We have different type of approaches today. However, it is the difficult task to fulfill everything. Certain preferences are always there. In that respect, Arrow's impossibility theorem is going to guide you. course it's the mathematical type of theory. He proved it with the mathematical explanations. But to make to understand, it is made so easily, and I hope that this is going to be the last topic that I'm going to cover. Rest of things are given, materials, everything is given in your Google class. Please refer it, and if you have any doubts about this, and you can call me. I hope that we are ending this syllabus, and I will come back with the a summary of all syllabus in a single video tomorrow or day after tomorrow, like that, so that we will end the syllabus by the end of this by the beginning of next month, that is June, that we should be, if there is chance, revisions. Otherwise, the students, please take the study seriously. There is no, of course, there is rumors about exams. There will not be exams and all, but it is not exactly to the, it's not related to, I think it is not related to the PG students. That UG students, of course, there will be some relaxations. I don't know about it. However, if you want to go for the next class, that definitely we need to study. That is all. If there is exam, fine. Otherwise, also to get the marks, you need to study, and you should have full knowledge about the syllabus. With these words, I conclude. I refer this one from the Ahuja and some internet sources. You can also use that one, and so that you will understand even better. If you don't understand anything, please repeat and repeat. Read twice or three times. And even for social welfare maximization and for point of bliss, that is what I already posted the this one materials. Please read it, and so that you will do good things. With these words, I conclude this lecture. Thank you everybody.